Rich Strike makes its triumphant return to the track at the Belmont Stakes, where there's not a real Triple Crown on the line. But this year's Kentucky Derby winner, astounding 80-1 odds, did not race at the Preakness a few weeks ago. Cheapest tickets, by the way, running about $35. Most expensive on the secondary market sees a high of $1,450. Let's take a look here at the Belmont Stakes, the post and the odds here. Post positions drawn on Tuesday. We the people running out of that number one gate. Now in 2021, speaking of tickets, availability limited due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as only 11,000 fans were allowed. It was normally a 50,000 capacity venue, so it was extremely restrictive then. Hopefully things are going to be opening up there and fans can enjoy this weekend. Something I always enjoy, catching up with Sportsline's Gene Menez ahead of this. So again, when we talk about Rich Strike here, Gene, okay, he won the Kentucky Derby running out of the number 4 gate after winning from the 20th gate there at the Derby. How do we view Rich Strike's return?
Well, Tommy, the definite major storyline going into the Belmont Stakes is the return of the long shot Kentucky Derby winner, Rich Strike. If you remember, 5 weeks ago, he went off as 80-1. He rallied from the back of the pack, took advantage of a hot early pace and an incredible ride from his jockey Sonny Leone to nip the favorite Epicenter at 80-1, becoming the second biggest long shot to win the Kentucky Derby. Since then, his connections decided to bypass the Preakness, a nearly unprecedented decision. No horse since 1985 had skipped the Preakness for reasons other than injury or illness. And if you think about it, he was 80-1 in the Kentucky Derby. He would have been probably 5-1 against only 9 horses in the Preakness, and they decided to skip that to train up to the Belmont. Now, he actually might have benefited from that, because training up to the Belmont, he's looked really fresh. He's looked really good in the mornings, showing a lot of energy. Now, will he get the same setup in the Belmont that he got in the Derby? That's the big question, because there's only one speed horse in the Belmont. That's We the People. Rich Strike likes to come from behind and really benefit from a hot pace. So we will have to see how the pace sets up for Rich Strike in the Belmont Stakes.
You bring up We the People opening up a 2-1 favorite. The Flavien Prat rated horse entering the draw should only benefit, I would think, Gene, from getting the most favorable post position here.
Yes, the one post position really forces the hand of We the People and Flavien Prat. He probably was going to go to the lead anyway, but now they have to go. And that's fine, because that's going to be his tactical advantage. 4 weeks ago, he won the Peter Pan Stakes in gate-to-wire fashion. Now, that came after an Arkansas Derby in which he did not show up at all. He finished 7th, had a lot of trouble that day. So the Peter Pan Stakes was a breakthrough performance for We the People. The track that day, however, was sealed, and because there was moisture. And sealed tracks can often help front-running horses. So we're not really sure how good that performance is. If that performance was not a fluke, he has a big shot on Saturday, having the tactical advantage as the lone early speed. But if that race was a fluke, then really anybody could win this Belmont Stakes.
So let's talk about the race's lone filly, Nest, who's going to operate on the number 3 pose, looking to become just the 4th filly to ever win the Belmont. What chance do you give Nest this week?
I think she has a big chance. There is no horse who is better bred for the Belmont distance of 1.5 miles than Nest. Her sire, Curlin, was the runner-up in 2007 to Rags to Riches, one of the other 3 fillies to have won the Belmont. And her dam sire, meaning the sire on her mother's side, AP Indy, won the Belmont 30 years ago, and in doing so, did it in the 3rd fastest time ever behind Secretariat and Easy Goer. She is completely bred to make this 1.5 mile distance, and the connections of Nest nominated her to Triple Crown months ago, not to run in the Derby, not to run in the Preakness, but to run in the Belmont. They've had this race kind of on their radar for the longest time, knowing that she's bred for the distance. Also, and this is important, As a filly, she will only have to carry 121 pounds for that mile and a half, and the colts will have to carry 126. I don't know about you, Tommy, but if I have to run with 5 more pounds for a mile and a half, that's going to slow me down. So I think that that's not insignificant in tomorrow's race. She's actually my pick to win the Belmont Stakes.
All right, very interesting there in terms of the weight distribution or difference there as you referenced. History, by the way, telling us 15 winners have come from the post position at number 3, tied for the second most behind, of course, Gate 1 there. Union Rags was the last to do it, post 3 back in 2012. All right, as we take a look once again at the post positions, Gene, and the morning line odds here, give me that all-important trifecta pick here.
Okay, so we're going to try to make this as easy as we can. As I just said, Nest is my pick to win. So I am going to key her on top of 5 other horses in the second leg and those same 5 horses in the third leg. So of those other 5 horses include We the People, who we talked about, the early pace center, Rich Strike, the long shot Kentucky Derby winner, Mo Donegal, who's the second choice and actually is the stablemate of Nest, who also is bred to excel at this Belmont distance at a mile and a half. He won the Wood Memorial, and in doing so beat early voting, who came back and ended up winning the Preakness 3 weeks ago. So Mo Donegal actually would be my second choice on Saturday. And then I'm going to also throw in, Skippy Longstocking, a long shot. He's the number 2 horse, and he's quickly improving, as well as Barber Road, the number 8 horse on the far outside. I really like Barber Road. He always comes with his late run. And best of all, he gets jockey Joel Rosario on Saturday. Joel is the best jockey at finishing races in the country. I think they are a perfect fit for each other. So I'm going to put those 5 horses under Nest in the second spot, as well as in the third spot. So that is 20 combinations. You can play that for as little as 50 cents for a total of $10. And I'll tell you, if that ends up hitting on Saturday, it's going to pay a lot more than $10.
It certainly will. It'll be interesting to see how that all does play out there. Gene Menez joining us here.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.